Hey, this is the Because Fiction Podcast, where we chat about all things Christian fiction. I'm your host, author, and insatiable reader, Shatona Havoc. Guys, we have with us a gal I've known online for a very long time, never talked to. I don't even know if we've actually chatted in an actual messenger. I know we have on posts and stuff, but I don't even know if we've gotten to do that. What is wrong with me? Anyway, but she's got a series that I didn't realize it was a series. I just saw the second book. I was all excited about the second book. I go to pull it up, guys, there's a first book, and I could have read it already, and I can read them in either order. I mean, anyway, so now that I'm calm, cool, and collected, welcome, Gina. It's so good to have you here. Guys, this is Gina Holder, author of The Puzzle Within and The Escape Game, which are the Game Masters.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here with you and to share about my books.
Guys, Gina has other books. We gotta put that out there. There are other books, but this is like Gina said, what would Shatona want me to write? Oh, I know. And then she did it. I mean, that's not what happened, but it's almost as if it was. I'm just saying, I mean, maybe God was just being really merciful to Shatona that day. I don't know, but I am so grateful because seriously, guys, the Game Masters. Okay.
The Puzzle Within actually took 4 years from the time that I first got the idea until it was actually released. So it was in the makings for a very long time.
That would drive me insane. Although I have to admit, I have a 10-book series that's, the prequel has been out for 10 years. So gulp. Yeah, it's a thing. Okay, so 4 years. Where did this idea come from? Where did you say, I'm going to go with puzzles because puzzles are fun?
Okay, well, I love escape games, the actual escape rooms that you can go and get locked inside a room and do a whole bunch of series of puzzles to find the last clue to get out within an hour. And I had this idea that what if a villain took this idea of an escape room into the real world? And that was the spark that got this idea for The Puzzle Within. It is a villain who takes escape room type elements and brings them into the real world and makes these FBI agent and her partner try to follow the riddles and clues to get back the girl that he's kidnapped.
Ooh. The only book I've seen that has something like this, I know there are others because I've heard of them, but the only one I have not actually heard titles. I was like, oh, I read this book and there was like this escape room kind of element. But the only one I remember is Robin Carroll's Stratagem. Is that the name of it? I think it is. And I loved that book. And so I'm like, come on, wait, what we need more. And then Gina said, okay. Score. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, book one, we actually have this guy who is kidnapping someone, and the escape room is the way to get her back, or else
the puzzle. So he actually kidnaps her from an escape room, and the detectives have to figure out how she got out. And then he leaves a series of riddles in the real world that makes them have to go from place to place. And he is revealing his motives and past through the clues that they are uncovering.
Oh, okay. I heard that backwards. Okay. So basically, somehow, some way, he takes her out of this escape room and then turns the world into an escape room.
Yes, exactly.
Whoa. Oh dear. I'm fine. Deep breath. All is well. I need this book.
So then my second idea that preceded the story was, what if we had an FBI agent who had nightmares of a kidnapping of herself that no one could explain? And so it was a matter of, were they real? or were they dreams, or were they memories? And
oh my goodness. Ah, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, just the really good news is yes, you can get a paperback of this book, which I will definitely
Mhm.
need. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But guys, it's on Kindle Unlimited. You don't have to
Yep.
wait for Amazon to get it there. You can start reading and then finish on Kindle Unlimited so the author gets paid twice. Okay. And that's just like my things. Like, hey, if you can pay an author twice, I'm always happy. But then you've got it on your shelf to read again and see what you missed, because you always miss things. I don't care how good of a reader you are, you miss things because there are nuances that authors put in there that you can't possibly grab all of them the first time. You can grab a lot, but not all of them. So then it's so
Mhm.
much fun because now you know what's coming. And then you're like, wait a minute, I don't remember that. And it's so cool. So see, get to read it twice.
Mhm.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything is just dandy. This is so exciting. And so my brain is going, wouldn't this have been an incredibly cool, and you could still do it. I'm just throwing it out there. But wouldn't it be such a cool book launch if you could like have an escape room book launch where the readers have to get in there, find the clues to get the book and get out and get it signed?
That that would be incredible. I did do something slightly like that. I did get to host last year my launch party at an escape room in their lobby. Our local escape room agreed to let me use their lobby to have my party, and
That is so cool.
they opened the rooms. A few people took advantage of it, but they did have the rooms available for people who wanted to do one of their escape rooms, and so it was fun. I was excited to get to do that, and um,
Yes, because yes, that is just, I mean, oh my goodness, that would be so much fun. I put an escape room in the last book I wrote only
mhm,
because there's one in the actual town, and I'm like sharing all the town, and
mhm,
it's an actual escape room that the town actually has. It's an 80s theme where you've got to, figure out all this 80s stuff, and I had to make up the clues, and I was trying to make up ones that I was sure some other place wouldn't use, like this, they'd
mhm.
think it was too dumb or something, is really what I was going for, because what I didn't want to do is actually come up with one that they'd used and then give people, so but now that I've done it, I like when I go back in October, I want to
Mhm.
do the escape room and see just how far off I really was. Wouldn't it be fun?
It would be
Oh,
fun.
okay, Krista, we're doing this. Anyway, we'll get Carter in on it. Yeah, let's do that. Anywho, but so okay, so mm, 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 guys, can I just say this book has been out, the first one, The Puzzle Within, has been out since June of 2025, and it has 4.8 star ratings. This book is well beloved. Can I just say?
Mhm.
So if you had any doubt why you would, I don't know, but some people are just skeptical. That's just who they are. That's great. Be skeptical. You need to balance those of us that are like, and yeah, but you got like social proof or something proof, or it's been proven. Okay. It's all proven. I was like, just kind of like my dough in the house is probably overrunning anyway, but guys, it's warm here. My dough is rising. Anywho, so okay. Actually, that's a total lie from the pit. It can't possibly be anywhere near, even close. I just got it in there, but it sounds better my way. And I'm a storyteller. I just have to confess so that
Mhm.
I'm not lying. Anyway, okay. That whole
Mhm.
thing between truth and fiction and
Uh-huh.
Francie Nolan.
Mhm.
Yeah, that. Anyway, so we have book one. It's available, Kindle Unlimited, all is well. And then book two came out on May 5th, and that's like 20 days ago as of the release of this episode. So it's here too. Okay,
Mhm.
Kindle Unlimited too. And what are we going to see in this one? What is this?
So this one was inspired by the Winchester Mystery House that's in California,
Woo! Yes,
and
that's such a cool place.
I combined that with the James J. Hill House in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Ooh,
And so that house is 36,000 square feet,
dun,
5
dun, dun.
stories. And so that's really the spark for that story, was this idea of a massive mansion that has been turned into a deadly escape room.
Ooh.
And we have she owns a puzzle shop. She sells puzzle. Her name is Demi Kayne. And she has spent 20 years of her life waiting for her father to come home, who disappeared one night with only a cryptic cipher code as his final goodbye. And she cannot solve it without his journal, which would have the keyword and the things that she needs, and they can't find the journal. And she spent 20 years looking for it and cannot find it. And so she's still hanging around in her hometown, hoping someday her dad comes home. And then we have Liam Shepherd, who is a missionary who has come to her small town looking for his missing sister, who left on the table the bus route map to Silver Falls, Minnesota. And that's his only clue that where she might have possibly gone. And there's a series of things happen that they find the journal, they decipher the riddle, and they end up in this place called the Ives Mansion. And they find out that it is very different than they were expecting.
Because it also has just a little bit of a vibe from the Chicago World's Fair, the house where the guy had, basically the House of Horrors, basically,
Mhm.
It kind of has that vibe, just like this enormous place with all, and guys, if you don't know the Winchester house, this gal, the guy, the actual wife of the guy who created the Winchester rifle, she just like spent her years after he died just like adding on room. You open a door and it doesn't go anywhere, and you have stairs that don't go anywhere, but she just kept building and building, and it was crazy. And it's a puzzle shop.
So
Oh my goodness, you are a genius. Okay, now I have to know, please, there are going to be more, right?
there is a book 3 to the series that I am currently working on called The Missing Piece. And that will release May of next year, 2027. And that one will take place in New Orleans.
Ooh.
So that has a whole new level of challenge that I'm working through.
I can imagine. Oh boy. Oh boy. Because New Orleans is really, it's a cool place, but it is like you walk through, like some of the best bookstores I've ever been to were in the French Quarter. We walked and we walked and we went in, and they had, I mean, I shipped home several boxes. Not small boxes, not huge because you don't want them to break, but I mean, we're talking, 20 by 20 boxes of books home, double boxed, because I mean, I got 100-year-old books that I've been looking for $4, for $5. I'm like, but there's so much down there. I mean, it's not just food and music, although there's a lot of great food and music. I'm just saying, but there's also I mean, the history, but it's also a scary place. My sister was like, she lived down just south of New Orleans, and she had lived in New Orleans for time. So she was like, we're walking in broad daylight in the French Quarter, and she is like on guard. She is like watching. It was so funny. And here we are, the happy, desert Californians. And we're like, woohoo, I walk at night at 3 a.m, and it doesn't faze me at all. And here's broad daylight and you're freaking out, okay, but we need more. So what do we do? How do we beg for more? Because
Well,
3 books is great, but we want more.
I have an idea for a 4th one, but the contract that I have with Scrivenings was for 3. And so we will have to see what happens after that.
Okay, all right, Scrivenings, we want 5 because I need those odd numbers. So and it gives you time to come up with a 5th idea. See, I'm generous with my time and spend thrifty on yours. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, so guys, we got to get her to come back and tell us about the next book next year. I'm just saying. But okay, let's roll back in the Puzzle Within. Is that the name of it? Yes,
The
the Puzzle
first one.
Within. Faith-wise, what are we going to see faith-wise in this one?
So we'll see a lot of faith. The Puzzle Within really battles with the question, why would a good God let bad things happen to people? And Arizona, being an FBI agent, she's seen a lot of ugly. And to her, she doesn't understand why God lets that happen.
Yeah.
And then the guy in the story, Nick, he's a brand new Christian. He doesn't have all the answers, but he's also been through some stuff in his life. And so he has some words of wisdom for her to help her work through that, we just have to trust that God knows what he's doing. And that no matter how hard it is, that he's got it all in his hands and we just have to trust him.
Right. And it's really kind of funny. I've always found this to be an interesting thing. That is easier said than done.
Oh, yes.
And B, so comforting and relaxing once you do.
Yes.
Once you just say, God has this. I don't get it. I don't see how this is even bearable, but okay, God's got it covered, whatever. And once you can get to that point of just saying, I trust you. This is falling apart around me, but I trust you. It is so freeing.
So our guy in the story, Nick, he is a DSS analyst. So that stands for the Diplomatic Security Service and for ambassadors. And he's an analyst. It's his job to analyze the threats that come in towards ambassadors and political figures and assess whether that's a real danger or it's just practical jokes. But before he became that, he was an escape artist known as Nick of Time in Las Vegas. And he made a living off of doing weird escape activities of, escaping boxes that are on fire and things like that. And so he went from that to someone who analyzes risk. He becomes very risk averse.
Gee, I can't imagine why.
and that's part of the beginning of the story. You find out that his wife died in an accident that he caused during one of his little activity things there, one of his showpieces, and he's determined that he's going to find out who killed her. It was not an accident, and he wants to find out who did it so that they can be brought to justice.
Yes. I just read, oh my goodness, it's gone. Oh my, no. And anyway, in that book, the gal was Raging Waters by Dana Mentink.
Oh, yes.
In there, she is so determined, just absolutely determined to bring that guy to justice so much that you start becoming concerned for her soul. Because it's more about that than anything. She's putting everybody's life at risk just to get justice. And how Mentink handled it, I got to the end of the book and I loved and hated it both. It was too easy, and yet it wasn't. It was really rough, and yet it was too easy, and yet it was, oh my gravy. Guys, after you're done with the Puzzle Within and the Escape Game, go read that series and then beg Ravel for 2 more. Anyway, all right. You can't have elements of danger with only 2 elements. There are 4. Give me all 4. Okay, I'm fine. Not going to have an opinion. Okay, all right. Deep breath. Okay, all right. Back to the Escape Game. How about Faith in this one?
So the Escape Game, our main character, Demi, she has imposter syndrome, and she believes that by all the wonderful things she does, and she's super loyal and she's super giving, that somehow that she can earn her favor with God.
Mm,
And so she is working so hard to show God that she's worth his attention and his love. And so we know what she's going to have to learn is that
yeah.
surrender. And so that is the theme for the escape game is learning that Jesus is our escape and he is our
Right.
savior and that we can never do it ourselves.
You know what I find really interesting? I hadn't thought of it until you started
Mhm,
talking about it. I find it really interesting that this is something that almost all of us have at some point in our lives.
mhm,
We're almost all like we've got to make ourselves worthy as if we could. And yet very few uh, books that
mhm,
I've read have that as the key
mhm,
thing that someone has to learn. I mean, not that it never happens, but when you consider all the Christian fiction out there and all the authors I've talked
mhm,
to, almost none have mentioned, not trying to make yourself worthy. They talk about forgiveness, they talk about your
mhm,
identity in Christ, they talk about so many things, but that's
mhm.
just not one that comes up very much. I didn't realize that until right now. And
Yeah.
now I'm like, thank you. We need more of this and way more of this. And now I'm like, oh, great. Now what do I have to do?
So I actually took it from two different angles. So Demi is not saved and she has to learn that she cannot earn her way to heaven from that angle. But then we have
Right.
Liam Shepherd, the missionary, and Liam has a secret. And so Liam has to learn that we don't have to earn God's forgiveness either,
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah.
it's already done, but we
Right.
don't.
And
Yep.
done way back.
Oh,
Done
yes.
before the foundation of the world. I mean, it's like, I mean,
Mhm,
yes, we have the cross, and the cross is what solidifies that, but
mhm,
that was coming and he knew it and he's God, so he can say this. But before he ever even said, let there be light, the forgiveness was there. I mean,
mhm.
how do you but we get a tiny little bit of this as parents, don't you think?
Yes.
Where
Uh-huh.
we go, we're gonna have this baby, and this baby is going to break our heart over and over and over, and we're going to forgive that baby because we love that baby.
Mhm,
The baby is, we don't even know if it really exists yet. I mean, I think I'm pregnant, but am I pregnant? I don't know. But we love this child that may or may not even exist.
mhm,
And I think it's just this tiny little glimpse of what God has. I mean, clearly it's only a tiny glimpse.
mhm.
But
Yes.
still, I'm just like, wow. When you think about it,
Mm.
oh, God is so good. God
Yeah.
is so good.
Digging out Liam's secret was probably one of the hardest things about that book because from the outside, when the book starts, he is perfect. And I was like, okay, there's something wrong with you. You can't
Right?
actually be perfect. I'm like, what's wrong? And I could not dig out his wound. I could not dig out what was his flaw. And I finally got there. And when I did, I sobbed. I bawled like a baby in front of my computer when I got to his heart and what happened. And
Oh,
it's a big it's a big thing. And I think it's something that Christians really struggle with. And so I am
yeah.
really excited for people to read this book because it was like at times, pulling tooth and nail, as they say, to get this on the page.
Yeah. But oh, how worth it is it to do that?
Oh,
Ugh,
yes.
oh my goodness. Okay. So either book, I don't care
Mhm.
which one you choose. I'm not going to beg for both, although I want to. I'm just being real here. But either book, if you could pull out one thing that readers would take away, what would you want that to be?
Mm. I think that the one thing that I want readers to take away from it's really in both books is the understanding that God has a hand in what's going on in our lives. And what we're going through, it's important to him. And we matter. Our struggles matter, our trials matter, and he's right there walking with us each step of the way to get us through these things that life throws at us.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's a loving God.
Mhm.
If there wasn't a reason for it, he wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah.
But there's always a reason. We don't and I don't know that we're always going to know what that is here.
Mhm.
And it's entirely possible, which is something that I really struggle with, but it is entirely possible that by the time we see him in heaven, we won't care.
I think so. It won't matter anymore.
Yeah, we'll just be like, "Oh, well." I don't even think
Mhm.
well, I sometimes and I'm not sure about this, but sometimes I feel like we won't even remember. We will be
Mhm.
too enamored with who he is and just our ability to be with him. But if if I'm wrong about that, then we'll find out there.
Mhm.
But you think about the things that people have gone through. I always think about the martyrs at the first century Christians and the
Mhm.
horrors they went through. And people wonder, how this could possibly be true. And I'm like, seriously, these people who saw Jesus, walked with Jesus, possibly were one of the 500 who saw him after his resurrection,
Mhm.
they could have avoided this. It was a simple no. He is not God. He is not my Lord. I will pledge my allegiance to Caesar, and boom, they're done. It's over.
Mhm.
But they wouldn't do it. They went with all of that horror because
Mhm.
Jesus. It was worth it to them. And if that was worth it to them, I mean, can you imagine what it's going to be like in heaven? Come on.
Mhm.
Ah. Anyway, I didn't mean to get all preachy.
No, it it's perfect.
Oh, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Okay. So if totally sort of connected to the books, but not quite, you like escape room games. If
Mhm.
a reader reads this book and says, I want to do an escape room, what would you tell them to do to find a good one?
Drive to the big city.
Yeah.
There it's true that in smaller towns, some of them are simpler than others because they just don't have the finances to be able to back really, really in-depth one, immersive. But they're out there, and so it all is your perspective going in that, you're there to have fun and you're there to enjoy yourself for whatever long it takes you to finish. And, one thought is that know that you might not get out in the time. I mean, they'll open the door and let you out. But as far as solving it, that it's all about the fun that you have in the moment. And whether you actually solve it or you don't, and they have to just open the door, it's a lot of fun to do anyway.
Right. Yes. Yes. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Okay. So you are coming back to tell us about the missing piece, right?
Absolutely.
Score. Anyway, okay, so where do readers go to find out about these books, your other books, all the books, and
Mhm.
all the things? Where would you send them?
Okay. Well, I'm a hybrid author now. And so my first books were all indie published and they are available exclusively with Amazon. The Game Masters, because they're with Scrivenings, they are available at Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Kovu, a bunch of the other ones that where you might find books. They are available. My local bookstore sells them. You can always drive to Casper and buy them at my local bookstore. Yeah, we live in the middle of nowhere, but
So do I.
all
Imagine that.
all my books are available on Amazon. And for those that like other things, that there is the Barnes and Noble has them and things like that.
Excellent, excellent. All right. And do you have a newsletter that people should sign up for?
I do. And so I send it out at the beginning of each month. I include a little story about something that's been going on in my life personally, and I keep you up to date with what I'm reading, other books, opportunities that there have people with sales or freebies, as well as updated news of when my next book will come out.
It's so great. Guys, she reviews lots of books. You want
Yes.
to go check out her reviews. I'm just saying.
And you can
because
sign up for that at my website, storiesbygina.com.
yes, don't miss that. It's in the show notes, guys. So don't miss it. But yeah, if you want to know a good book, she's got lots of reviews for you. So that's always a blessing. Well, Gina, this has been fun, and I haven't melted yet, so that's great. Always grateful not to melt. I mean, just saying. But I'm so excited about this year. I cannot believe that this is a series all this time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so silly. Okay, but that's okay. That's all
right.
And
so there's also a big announcement for readers who would like to meet me or get to know my books. I am officially going to be a participating author at the Read Right Rendezvous in Nashville in November.
Excellent. All right. Okay, guys, you heard it. She's going to be in Nashville. You don't want to miss. And of course, I will be leaving there just before, I think. I'll be in Tennessee at the end of October. Of course I will. I have to go a week before so that I can go to a play. I wonder if I can just like pull off a week after. So anyway, we'll figure something out. I don't know. Oh man. All right. I'm fine. Everything is just dandy. Anyway, Gina, this has been fun. Thank you so much. Thank you for writing them.
Thanks so much for having me. And I'm so glad you're excited about it.
I am crazy excited about it. I mean, this has been such a great week for books. I mean, I found out about an Indiana Jones kind of story kind of thing. And now I've got puzzle rooms and I'm like, can it get any better? Yes, probably, but I doubt it. There's always something better until it's not. And then you read the other one. Have you ever noticed that your favorite book changes depending on what you're reading? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's like me with my kids. My favorite book, my favorite kid. Yeah. It's whoever brought me chocolate last or took out the trash or insert thing here. You're my favorite right now. Don't worry. It'll change. Yeah, it's a reality, guys, because books. I love books, all the things. And I love lots of genres. And so, I mean, try to compare D.E. Stevenson's little domestic stories, Miss Bunkle's book with the puzzle within. I mean, they're like night and day. You can't compare them. They're both my favorite. Yay! Anyway, I haven't read it yet and it's already favorite. Oh boy. Like it wouldn't be. Anyway, so thank you again. And meanwhile, guys, I'm going to say have a good day. Go read these good books. They are both available as of the release of this and they're on Kindle Unlimited. I mean, you don't want to miss that. And I will chat with you guys